Welcome to another Rugged Homestead short. We're here to show you what goes on when you half-ass your garden. As I mentioned a couple of times, I didn't plan on getting the garden fixed as quick as I did. So I didn't grow any plants, and I went to the store, bought a few things, threw them in the ground, and they're all growing nicely. However, with my tomatoes here, I bought Romas because I want to do pastes and sauces this year. However, I actually didn't realize Romas were a determinate tomato plant. I thought it was a vining type. So it's only going to grow a couple of feet tall and produce all its fruit all at once and be done. You don't trim off suckers or anything like that, because you want it to produce as much fruit as possible. That's not a problem. I just didn't realize that's what it was. So I won't have like strings going up to attach it. I'm going to have some kind of cage going around these plants. But again, because I rushed it, I wasn't aware of it. Also over here, I've got my butternut squash growing here, which isn't a problem. But I decided, since I'm growing corn, I'm going to do the Three Sisters method. So I'm going to plant some beans amongst the corn, and then dig up these squash and plant them in between the rows here. Again, I should have done all that from the beginning instead of having to dig up these plants as we go along. And I actually have a couple of beans that sprouted here, so I'm going to transplant them as well. Plus I have a few other seeds that are going to stick in the ground. I'm not sure, probably getting there a little late since it's the middle of May, but got to make do with what we've got. Not everything has been a disaster. I've never grown radishes before. I've actually gotten a radish, but it looks like I'm starting to get one in here and another one over here. So I actually might get two radishes this year. Never actually had them before. They always seem to grow like this, where it's long and spindly, but I might have to get a radish. Oh, looks like I might have another one growing down in here. Maybe 3 or 4 radishes, who knows. I also completely forgot I planted some carrot seeds as well, and they're sprouting, a couple of them anyway, so maybe I'll get 3 carrots out of this. Yep, half-ass and it doesn't quite work. Alright, well that shows you the problems of half-assing your garden, not having a plan in place. If you remember from my earlier videos, I had said I wasn't actually planning on putting a garden in until the fall. But having gotten the garden completed and seeing these beds here, I couldn't just let them lie fallow until the fall. I had to put something in, which is why I hurried up and planted these plants. But now I've actually got another bed open to me. So all along here, I can now put something in, and I'm not quite sure what I want to put. I'm sure I'll pick something out. I'm not sure if I want a leafy vegetable. Might be a little late for them. I'll go to a garden center and pick something up and stick it in there. All right. If you like what you see, give the video a thumbs up. At least do so for coming up with an idea for a half-assed garden. And subscribe to the channel if you'd already do so. That way you'll be notified right away when videos like this, or better, are posted. Okay, thanks for watching. Remember that whole radish thing? I said I had finally successfully started growing. So I decided it was time to pluck them. They were looking at a good size. So I pulled this one out and realized it wasn't a radish at all. It was my turnips. So I planted it back in, but I'm not sure it's actually going to take. So we'll see. Thank goodness I only pulled up one. Yeah. So aside from half-assing a garden, make sure you label what you do.